Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. In this video I'm just going to be talking through how you set up your Flexihand. I bought this black slab. I didn't clean it very well actually at all. I bought the slab because the stand sucks really nice onto the slab, whereas when it's on my desk it does come off every now and then. But when I bought my Flexihand, these were the fingers that I got. I didn't realise, but I was speaking to Sharon from Flexifinger in Australia, and she now does one with longer fingers. So you just saw how much the short fingers moved. She kindly sent me this one to have a go on. So you can see you get a lot more length in the wire that the fingers go on. So it gives the fingers a lot more movement. And it gives you, or I thought it gave me quite a lot more freedom to file and things like that, which I found I actually preferred it. So if I had a choice, I probably would have gone with the long fingers before I bought the short fingers. It's got the same connection, the same fitting. You just screw it on to the base. Like so. And then you've got this ball joint here. I've unscrewed that and you can see it gives you like 360-degree movement. I think it's really good. You just get a lot of movement, but I'm going to do it up tight so it won't move. And then I'm going to show you this joint, I don't know what you call it, connector at the front. This controls the up and down movement of the hand. So if you do that up, that's not going to move either. So now that hand is completely rigid. So I'm just going to undo this and I'm going to attach it to my marble tile. So just make sure your surface is clean. I spray some alcohol on the bottom of the suction cup just so that it's a little bit wet. I was gonna say moist. Does anyone like that word? I don't actually mind it, but I know some people freak out a bit at it, which is a bit weird. So I'm just gonna push the lever down. Now that is proper stuck on there. That is not going anywhere, which is why I wanted the marble slab. It makes the hand a lot easier to use as well if it's on a solid. If it's stuck to a flat surface, it makes the hand, in my opinion, a lot easier to use. So you can see how much movement you get with it. I love it. I bloody love it. I think everyone should have one of these. So when if you buy the whole hand or even just the finger, I think you get a spare finger if you just buy the Flexifinger. You still get a base with the Flexifinger, but they will have tips in. And these tips all have different sizes on. So this thumb is a size 1. I did snap the, I did crack the tip getting it out actually. Yeah, oops. So this next one is, I think, a size 5. Oh yeah, I've put the numbers at the bottom so I don't forget when I come to dub the video. So just, I'm just putting the numbers of the tips on the screen so that because you will need to replace them if you do tips on tip. I'll show you in a minute how to use it. I cheat and I put stiletto tips in my fingers, which is a cheat way of doing it, but if you do it the way that I'm about to show you, you won't have any trouble filing the nails and everything. So the pinky is a size 7. By the way, I am not trained in tips. I sculpt. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to tips. So I'm just gonna do what I think is kind of right. So because we're gonna treat the tips that are in the fingers as the natural nail, and I'm just gonna file the sides down off my tip just so that it fits the fingernail. So I'm just gonna brush any dust off. Do it like you mean it. It was a bit pathetic, wasn't it? I'm going to use this tip adhesive. This came with my nail trainer. We're just going to put that in the well of the tip. I put too much in. Dope. So this is going to go onto our natural nail. See that it all leaked out. Oh God, this is slightly embarrassing, but I'm only showing you how you use the Flexihand. So I've just wiped off that excess glue. I'm going to cut the tip down. So because we've got the tips right inside the finger, when we come to put these tips on, when we file, it's going to be a lot more sturdy in the finger than what it would be if you just put stiletto tips in, which is what I do. When I do my sets and I put the stiletto tips in, I have to take the tips out to file them, because they move around too much in the fingers. But that's just me being lazy. If I'd done it properly, it wouldn't do that. You can also sculpt. I think I've done another video before on how to sculpt using the Flexihand. If I have, I will put the link to that video in the description box below. But all you have to do is, the forms don't like to stick to the silicone fingers, but if you just put a little bit of sellotape around the finger and then put your form on, the form will stick to the sellotape. And if you put the sellotape all the way around the finger, it won't go anywhere. So you can just sculpt as well onto the finger, not just tips. So I'm just going to blend that tip a little bit. I think this is what you do. I've got a gel course that I'm doing and it's tips, and I haven't even got past putting tips on the nail trainer yet. It's a nightmare. So I'm just going to get some clear acrylic and I'm going to put my clear base on. So we're just going to treat this now like a real hand. So you would like dehydrate and prime whatever before you done this, obviously. Do your nail prep. And then I'm just going to put some, I just literally grabbed the first acrylic that I saw. Well, this is Cotton Candy from Neo Nails. I'm just going to literally just create a nail just with this one acrylic. I'm not going to make a flashy nail because I just want to show you the Flexihand today. So you can see as I hold that finger, the hand's moving with me and the other fingers aren't getting in the way. So it's a lot easier to use. I used to use it before I had my marble slab. I would have the hand rigid, but it's so much easier to use it like this, just so that it moves with you when you move the hand. It's great for if you're a student, if you're training. It's even great if you're qualified, to be honest. I love it. So I got my Flexihand from Natasha at nailcessities.co.uk. I don't think she sells the hands with the extra long wires. I'll put the link to the Flexifinger Australia's website down below, and just have a look on there, because she might have distributors in the UK that sell the longer fingers. Otherwise, I'm sure Sharon will be able to ship one out to you. I think she does. Actually, I'm not sure if she does worldwide delivery, but I think she does. But just go on the website and double check. So you can see I'm having no problem filing the nail. Again, the hand's still moving with me. It's like we're doing a little dance. Or not. So I'm just going to brush away the dust. I'm going to buff over the nail and I will top coat. And then while that's top coating, I'm going to show you what I do. If you've seen my videos before, you will know what I do with my stiletto tips. I just find it not easier, but it's just a lot quicker for me. So because we've only done one finger, the fingers just slide off the wires and in the lamp it goes. Easy peasy. So these are my size 5 stiletto tips. I've got a ton of these in all different sizes. These are what I use, and I just pop these. I'm just going to grab one. I just pop these straight onto, straight into the fingers. I'll show you on this one. So this tip will come out and it will be just replaced with one of these. But you could use these over the natural tips as well. But because they're quite long, you don't really lose a lot of length. So I just tuck that in there and I create my set over these. But when I file them, they do wiggle about quite a bit. So I do find it easier if I remove the whole tip and just hold the tip and file it. But if you do it properly with the tips in the fingers and then glue or sculpt, you won't have any problem filing. So that is how you use your, there's a bit there that that was my fault. So yeah, I would thoroughly recommend it. I'll leave all the links in the description box below. If you found this video useful, please leave me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you lovely lot in the next one. Bye.